project, I decided to focus it on marketing. So this is just like my commitment poster that I made for the project portion of it. So a little about me, I played soccer ever since I was little. It's like one of my favorite sports. And then when I came to high school, I played soccer all 4 years, and I also started to run indoor and outdoor track. And also, I chose the topic of marketing because I planned to major in marketing in college, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to learn more about the subject and really get like a head start, like what I'll be studying next year. So I decided to focus on marketing, but then I realized how like vast of a field it is. So I decided to try to like more focus on technology and how technology has affected the marketing world. And so I did this because as technology is advancing, so is marketing, and the field of marketing is always changing and expanding based on how technology is as well. And so like I said, I chose it because it's my intended college major, so I wanted to learn more about what I might study next year. So when I started looking at marketing, I realized that there's many different subdivisions from it. It's not just simple marketing, it has many things like advertising, branding, publicity, and pricing. So I decided to focus on 3 things I found most interesting so I could learn more about them. So for the research portion of my senior project, I focus on advertising, public relations, and social media marketing, because that's what I hope to do in the future, and that's what I'm trying to focus on. So I learned that through advertising, technology has changed the world of advertising completely, because in a lot of research articles, I learned that advertising, it said it's changing its traditional definition. So like back in the day, marketing was much more slower, messages weren't really like worldwide, but nowadays with technology, it's so much easier to come into contact your target market and your consumers. And now, basically wherever you are, it said in an article that like each person like sees around 3,000 ads a day. So advertising is like hard to miss, it's always there. And then I learned public relations that nowadays it's more easier to communicate with everyone else, so their consumers, because in the past it was more focused on just like promoting the business and like how the business was, but nowadays it's all about like connecting with your consumers and like all around the world, so it's a lot easier with that. And then social media marketing is just an example of how marketing is always changing, because like in the beginning of the 19th century, social media marketing wasn't even a thing, they didn't have the technology for it. But nowadays, with Facebook and Twitter, a lot of companies are using that to promote their products and to really like come into contact with their target markets and consumers. So that's why I did my research paper portion of it. And so for the project, I decided that I wanted to shadow a marketing company, but with a limited time, I wasn't able to find a company to really shadow for. But I'm hoping that even after this project's over, I can find someone just to get some more hands-on experience and realize what the marketing world is really like. So for my project, I decided to analyze 5 different successful marketing campaigns. And so to show how technology has changed each one, I decided to pick like campaigns that have been like throughout the centuries. So it shows how like they've changed based on technology. So a little brief overview of each one. De Beers, A Diamond is Forever. That came out in the beginning of the 19th century. So at that time, diamonds weren't really known as engagement rings. They're kind of just a regular, just jewelry. A lot of different like gems were used for it. But then all of a sudden, De Beers wanted to really get a higher demand for their product. So they focused A Diamond is Forever. A campaign came out, and then ever since then, diamonds are now considered like eternal love. And you don't really think about an engagement ring without a diamond, or like vice versa. So they really got that slogan going, and it works with a diamond is a girl's best friend, so all girls want diamonds. And then after that, Volkswagen came out in the 1960s, and they had the Think Small campaign. It's the one on the far right. And this kind of changed the advertising world, because before then, it was all like glitzy and glamoury, like all these ads just trying to get people's attention. And this one's different because it's like focused on the simplicity of the product. And so this is also at a time where they thought that for cars, bigger is better. So Volkswagen was trying to change people's minds and wanted them to think small. And then the Nike Just Do It campaign came out when they were trying to compete with Reebok to see who could get the upper hand. And they ended up coming up with a Just Do It slogan. They're not really sure how it came up, but they said that in like an ad room, ad executives were talking to each other, and they're like, you Nike guys, you guys just do it. So it kind of just like stuck since then, and now you don't see like the Nike sign without thinking about like uncompromisable athleticism. And if you even walk around the school, you'll see everyone's wearing Nikes. Like it's just like a fashion trend that's going on. And then after that, the McDonald's I'm Lovin' It campaign, that came out when there was a lot of lawsuits coming with their obesity and because of how unhealthy their food was. So they're trying to come up with a simple campaign that showed how, really how their company wanted everyone to be happy. So they came up with I'm Lovin' It, because it's short and simple, everyone knows the golden arches. And one of the good things about I'm Lovin' It is that it can be translated in all languages around the world. And one of McDonald's big things is that it's a global company. Like you can go to China and find McDonald's, like anywhere you go, there's always McDonald's around. So then in the present day, the Think Different Apple campaign kind of came up with Steve Jobs, who's known to really not follow the rules, which he liked to use for his campaign. At this time, Apple looked like it was going to go bankrupt. But when Steve Jobs was rehired, he kind of got the Think Different coming back up. He got people to realize that different isn't always bad and that changes are good. And so he used like powerful messages from Martin Luther King, for example, about Think Different to show that change is a good thing for most things. And that really promoted his product and it got Apple to be as popular as it is today. So I learned that through analyzing these marketing campaigns that technology has really changed how the marketing world has become. Back in the day, it was focused more primarily in the US when technology wasn't big, but nowadays it's all over the world and it's like inevitable to see marketing wherever you go. So then, a little about conclusion. What I enjoyed about this project was that I really enjoyed choosing my own topic. It gave me the chance to really explore the field of marketing more. I took a marketing class in high school, but I really just wanted to learn more about what the field was about and really get more hands-on experience, which I hope to do in the future as well. And I liked getting a basis of what I planned to study. I applied to 5 different universities. I've heard back, I got into UMass so far, so that's good. But I'm waiting to hear back from 4 more, so I'll cross your fingers. And then for future plans, I'm still planning on majoring in marketing. I find it very interesting, and I'm hoping to get into a marketing firm at some point in my life. And I plan to attend a 4-year university. So thank you for your time, and do you have any questions?
You know, you talked about how marketing has so many different spokes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see yourself, after you graduate college, what ultimately do you see yourself doing?
Well, ever since I was little, I always told my mom I wanted to invent things. Mm-hmm. So it kind of comes along with what I want to do here, because I realized that I'm not going to invent something, but maybe I can make that product more favorable to others and try to make it prosper. So I'm hoping to I want to try to get involved with a company that I really like maybe I visited Bentley University, which was one of the colleges that I applied to, and one of their big things is they work for Sperry topsiders, which I would love to do because I love Sperry's. I love the whole fashion of it. So I think that would be really fun to get into a company that I really enjoy believing in or wearing and stuff like that.
What are Sperry topsiders?
Oh,
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like a boat shoe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're expanded.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, and actually worked out perfectly because I went to visit Bentley. I was walking around and I saw the whole Sperry assembly thing, and I went over and they're like, oh, here's a 50% off coupon. So I was like, oh, perfect. So I was it worked out really well.
Danielle, you talked about major companies in marketing and having their national campaigns and such. Did you look at local companies, small companies, and how those might market differently than large companies? Have you dove into that at all?
Yeah, I was hoping for my when I was in a shadow a company, I was hoping to try to get involved with a smaller company, but then with the time limit we had for the project and everything else going on, I didn't have a chance. But I'm hoping there's a Whitestone Marketing in town.
Jim White is here
Yeah,
today.
that's what I heard. I'm hoping to maybe get in contact with him, just see his work and see how it compares to these bigger companies.
Maybe Mr. Macarini can connect you with
Yeah,
us
that's
today.
what I mean. When I heard it from the board, I was like, oh, perfect. That's exactly.
Did you said you took some courses here. Did you take the entrepreneurship course, or was it another course?
No, I just took the marketing class.
Okay. And did you have to set up a business plan in that class that kind of led to some of this?
No, we just, I used some of the things we learned in that class, he showed us some campaigns that became successful, which kind of led to me deciding to analyze that. But we never really did a whole marketing campaign in there.
Okay.
I'm just curious too, what skills do you think somebody in this field has to have? What are some things you have to have?
That's why I think I focused on the advertising, public relations, and technology, because I realized that to do well in this field, you have to know what looks nice for ads, what really get your target market and like your product. And then you also need to know how to communicate with others, so to talk well. Then for the technology side, they're all, like, businesses are saying that like some people are afraid of it, but you need to just like really like challenge it to like go head on for it.
I'm sure it's stopwatch, but that's
Okay.
Keep going.
And so like I realized that like to have like a good like marketing plan, you have to know like what looks right, like how to communicate, and like to bring in the technology to really prosper and like get your message out like globally.
You did a great job, really great job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.